Hello Scorpios, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your general love reading and everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading, scheduling personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course. All of that is in the description box below for you. All right, Scorpios, let's take a look and see what we have going on for you guys. What do we have going on for Scorpio in love, Scorpios? We have the Strength, the Judgment, the Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Moon, the Knight of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor influencing the situation. So let me take a look here, Scorpio, then we're going to start to go over everything together. All right, Scorpio, I definitely feel a holding back energy from you in the recent past. And it kind of feels like you've been going through a lot, Scorpio. With this Strength card here, it's like, and especially with that Emperor energy kind of influencing it, you may have felt like you needed to distance yourself from a person or situation so that you could kind of, one, maybe deal with whatever else was going on, dealing with what's on your plate. But for some of you, I feel like you could have been recognizing that this connection was having kind of a negative impact on you, right? Mentally, emotionally. And it's almost like you needed a bit of a reset here, or you needed to just kind of distance yourself or pull your energy back. With this Strength card here, I feel like that is you trying your best, Scorpio, to, one, deal with all those energies, but also kind of hold back, also kind of resist. I feel like you could have moved into a period of no communication for some of you, or very minimal communication. We see the Hangman. Yeah, I think you, and it felt like this is something that was needed, Scorpio, because it's like I can't really think about what to do in this situation when I'm dealing with it. Like I need some time to, get a clear head, gain a new perspective. And with this Judgment card energy showing up as how you're kind of going into the reading, the Judgment card can talk about having significant realizations. It can talk about making major decisions when it comes to a connection. It's having those realizations, having things come into your awareness. And I actually think that this time that you had, in no contact or in separation has been very beneficial for you, in the sense that I do think you're able to have a new perspective on things, or there's some things that you're realizing or seeing a lot more clearly about this connection than maybe you have in the past. Now, the Judgment card can indicate potential reconciliation energy here, and especially because you have this Knight of Swords energy in your subconscious, kind of indicating that there is something kind of coming in unexpectedly. You could be feeling a little bit of a pressure, or like an urge to respond but also I still feel you in this kind of hesitant energy as well, of like, is it time for me to respond? Do I want to respond? So there's some kind of mixed emotions going on here, Scorpio. Now, in what is the other person's energy, we have the Knight of Cups. So I definitely feel like somebody is moving towards you here, like very open energy. It feels very genuine, and it's like somebody's wanting to come towards you and express feelings. I feel like they have their own hesitation in doing this, and we're going to clarify that when we get to that in a moment. So I do feel like they have their own hesitation, or maybe they have been hesitating to reach out, but I feel like they are, okay? I feel like they are choosing to reach out, and there is a bit of an openness here. So somebody's coming forward, ready to talk, wanting to express feelings to you here. And you may have a decision to make in regards to, are you ready to have this conversation? Do you want to? The challenge is the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords can, one, just talk about those uncomfortable conversations, the ones where we kind of just, everything's out here and we're kind of hashing things out. That's showing up as a challenge. So it's like, you know that that's what this is going to be, and maybe you're not quite sure if that's what you want to do at this time, if you're ready. For others of you, you know, the Queen of Swords, she does have one hand out, and then she has her sword up. So it's like, okay, I'm willing to hear what you have to say. I'm willing to be open to this conversation, but I'm also willing to, you know, I'm going to be very clear and open and honest with you and very direct with you, and I'm going to have my boundaries up, and if I need to stop it, I will do that too. And I like here on the Queen of Swords how there's all these clouds here. The clouds are symbolic for, you know, lacking clarity and confusion and illusions. And then we have the sword raised up over top of it and all this clear sky. So this card really indicates where at one time, you know, something wasn't clear and now it is. So I definitely feel like you're going into this conversation with this newfound perspective that you've received in this time. You're going into this conversation very clear about things. Sometimes it can just be hard to address things that need to be addressed. Those are hard conversations to have sometimes. So this person, the Knight of Cups, is being clarified with this Three of Pentacles, right? So somebody's coming in and it's like, okay, I want to work through this. I want to find a solution. Let's talk about things. The Three of Pentacles is a card of working together, getting along, collaboration, potential. This person is like, you know what? I know that we have the potential. I know we can get through this. Let's talk and figure out how can we do this together. So I definitely feel a very open, genuine energy from this person of truly wanting to kind of work through things here with you, Scorpio. I think what the hesitation is, part of it, Scorpio, is that I do think you know that this person does have genuine feelings for you and that they may be sincere in this energy now, but I don't feel like this is the first time that you've been in this space with this person. And I feel like somehow it always kind of gets back to this place. And maybe that's part of what you've had these realizations about. Maybe that's what you've been thinking about. Maybe you've gained some clarity on why that is and what needs to be worked on. Maybe they have too. But it's definitely something I think is where your hesitation is like, okay, I believe that you're coming in and you're telling me how you feel, and I believe you that you mean that. But I don't want it to get back to that the way that it was, or I don't want it to keep being this cycle that we've been in. So let's clarify this Queen of Swords. We have the Moon card. So I'm going to get one more for that. The Three of Swords. Yeah, you know, I do feel like I feel like there is a level of forgiveness that this conversation can bring between the both of you that can be very healing, okay? So on that end, I do think that there are some really positive things that can come from this conversation. Now with this Moon energy, I feel like there is still a lack of clarity though on certain aspects of the cycle and how we get here and what we can do about it. I also feel, Scorpio, for some of you, with that Strength card and that Moon energy, you may be hesitant on how much you want to express your feelings. There could be certain, I don't think this is true for all of you, but I am getting this for some of you, that there's still a guardedness here. So even though you're maybe open to having this conversation, there could be some of you that are still feeling a little bit hesitant to fully open up and express your feelings here. Like I said, I don't feel like that's true for all of you, but I do feel like it's true for some of you. Maybe you haven't expressed to this person yet how deeply something has hurt you, and you could be hesitant to do that now. But we have the Four of Wands. I think for some of you, you will, just because for some of you, I do think this is something that you want to work. And I think you know that everything kind of has to be out on the table, and you have to be able to work together to find a solution in order for that to happen. With this Three of Pentacles being in your conscious thoughts, they have that as well. So I think you're both coming in the right energy of, okay, this is the goal. How do we get here? How can we find a solution? How can we work through things here? Your advice is showing up as the Moon card, and it's clarified by the King of Swords. So I would, trust your intuition and your instincts when it comes to this. The King of Swords is somebody who does what's best for him regardless of how he feels, okay? So he's not afraid to put up a boundary. He's not afraid to be clear and direct. He's not afraid to cut ties if that's what he needs to do. He's always going to do what he thinks is best for him, regardless of those feelings that come with that. And with this, I think Spirit is just saying, trust your intuition, trust your instincts, Scorpio, because you have good ones. And then apply those boundaries or that directness where it needs to go. You have the Nine of Pentacles in your near future with the Judgment card. Some of you may make a decision that I really need to focus on myself right now. Now, maybe that means cutting this connection out of your life. Maybe you're getting into that King of Swords energy where you realize that something, even if you do have a lot of feelings for it, and even if there is an openness, you may feel like right now what's best for me is to focus on me. Some of you, it could look like fully cutting something out. But for others of you, I feel like it's more of, putting boundaries and not being afraid to take time for you. Maybe you're like, I am willing to talk, I'm willing to see, but I'm not willing to jump right back in. Some of you, it's going to look different for all of you, but I do think a lot of you guys are making a decision to finally put you first. Because I do feel like for a lot of you, you're seeing that this connection, that's one of the things that this separation has showed you, that this connection has been very distracting from you. It's puts you in an emotional and mental space that has distracted you from your goals, the things that you are trying to achieve, the things that you are trying to work on from yourself. And I feel like this has been very eye-opening for that, of, I need to make sure that this is what I'm doing, and I'm focusing on me, and I'm focusing on my goals, and I'm focusing on, being that version of myself that I really want to be. And you could be, just deciding how this connection, if it does, fits into that. You have the Ace of Swords here as the potential outcome. I feel like this is a conversation that really needed to happen. We have the Two of Swords and the Hierophant. I see the Justice card here at the bottom of the deck, the Temperance, the Empress. There's some very positive energy here. Like I said, I definitely feel like apologies. I definitely feel like trying to make something right or bring something back into balance and putting things in a very lovely energy between the two of you. I do feel that things are going to be moving into a very different space here. That Temperance is all about, peace, harmony, forgiveness, bringing something back into balance. It's also a card of divine timing. And some of you, some of you may be cutting this person out, but things are leaving off on a very different note. For others of you, I think that you're just prioritizing yourself and trusting that if this is something that is meant to work out, it will in the right time. But I definitely feel like the energy between the two of you is moving into a very different space, a very positive space. But that's what I have for you, Scorpio. I do hope that this helps, and everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading or scheduling your personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course, all of that is in the description box below for you. And if you want personal prayers for any reason, you can just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time.